Okay, we're back with another episode of High Rated Edison today. So today we have Ponce with 1106 rating versus J Fruster with 813 rating. Ponce we've seen before. They were on the Spheres Frog deck with the Chaos Sphere into Junk Synchron Goo. So we'll see how this one goes. Opening hands are Avarice, 2 copies of Swap Frog, Caius, and Dupe Frog, Chaos Sorcerer, Caius, Gale, Greffer, D Prison, and Raikou. So Jay's going to get to go first, setting Raikou and the D Prison. Draws into a second copy of Swap Frog or Caius, whichever one it was. Summon Swap Frog, dump Treeborn, bounce Swap Frog back and pass over. Draws into Hamster now. Sets Hamster out, passes back. Draws into Dust Shoot. Dust Shoot's going to go off here. So Treeborn comes down and then Caius for the Raikou. Yeah, really easy read on Ponce's behalf. If they've not flipped it, you know it's something that they want to flip when you have cards on the field. So yeah, completely sensible read. Goes into the Hamster, gets eaten by the D Prison. Not sure why. I think you'd let them run over the Hamster and you just set the Raikou, right? Okay, sets Dust Shoot, then passes over, draws into Mirror Force. Gonna get Dust Shot here. Goes to put back the Greffer. Yeah, I mean, I think that kind of makes sense. They don't know this is a Hamster. But Greffer, yeah, it's a nice one to put back now. So Hamster comes out, sets a Raikou. Goes to battle phase, gets in for 11. Sets the Mirror Force and passes over. So draws into the Soul Exchange. This is nice. See if they use it. So special summon Swap Frog by discarding Dupe Frog. Sends Treeborn. Goes to battle phase. Yeah, Raikou eats the Swap Frog. Yeah, Ponce is a really, really good player. There's probably something to say that you could have just Soul Exchanged, taken out both monsters. But yeah, I guess this is fine. Main phase 2 banishes the Hamster with the Caius and passes over. Draws into Vayu. Okay, really, yeah. Yeah, good that we put the Greffer back. Okay. Misclick there, apparently. Vayu then Gale. Gale gets over the Caius and Vayu gets in for 8. Depending on how long that took in the logs, I might have queried that. Yeah, going to go for the Avarice here and put all 5 back. So he goes to main without special summoning out the Treeborn. I think that makes sense. You're not looking at a whole bunch in the hand right now, and you're losing life. So shuffles out, draws MST and Ultimate Offering. Okay, you're still not looking at much. The Ultimate Offering is interesting though. So Swap Frog coming down, dumping the Treeborn again, getting into the Vayu, passing back to hand, and just sets the MST. Okay, this is fine. Draws into Sirocco. Yeah, not much to do with this hand. I think you just get him a Gale. Yeah, maybe main phase 2 you try and take out the back row, but you know we can see that it's an MST, so they are better off by not doing that. Draws into the Des Frog. MST gonna hit the back row, bring out the Treeborn, summon swap, dump the other Treeborn, bounce swap back. Did they didn't pitch? Oh, sorry, yeah, it's the action normal because it's a water. Yeah, water aqua gone. So, Death Frog going to get into the Gale, pass over. Yeah, now the Sorok has a bit of a problem. I think they've also got, yeah, they've had Chaos Sorcerer online for a couple of turns and they've not pulled the trigger on it. So, let's see what they decide to go with now. Normal summon Sirocco, get in for 100 damage. Sets the Deck Devi and passes over. Deck Devi main here is going to feel so good. Not right now, but definitely could if Ponce keeps drawing into frogs and stuff like that. So goes to main phase, just sets the Dust Tornado and passes over. That's fine. So Sokka here Tribute summon for Caius, get that Treeborn out of here. They've still got the other, so you're only really just delaying the problem. We're going to get him for 2,400, or going to try to. Yeah, I think this is good. So Dust Tornado is going to hit the Deck Devi. I think they're going to use the Deck Devi, yeah. Tribute the Caius. Going to pitch the Swap Frog, and now they're not going to get any damage to get into the Gauze for, and Jay's going to know the whole hand. So, going to Vayu for the Armed Wing, set the return. Yeah, this is good. I mean, you're just setting up the return plays with this and leaving something on field that you can use. Draws into salvage. Ooh. Okay. Yeah, Pont's been a bit unfortunate not seeing any Substitodes yet. Because a salvage a Substitoad Soul Exchange combo would go kind of wild here. Deciding what to do now with this. I think you probably just Chaos Orc. Banish. Yeah, I think you banish the Treeborn. Then you just don't have to worry about them anymore. Now you can get in. Oh, they've seen the Gauze, yeah. Yeah, and they're playing around it anyway. Reveals the Torrential. Yeah, there's not a whole lot they can do into a Gauze at the minute, so I do think that's correct. I mean, they've definitely got a play on the clapback where they can return, bring back Sirocco, and Vayu pump to be absolutely massive, and then get over anything. But yeah, they're trying not to proc it just yet. Draws into the hamster now. Okay, here we go. So, yeah, I mean, it's more than enough for game. They've not got anything in grave. Yeah, this one's over. So, Sirocco pump one of the Blackwings up, and let's just get him for game. Yeah. Yeah. It's funny because I do think that the return play is really difficult to play around, but equally Sirocco is just such a house if you can manage to keep sticking monsters. So game 2, Pont's going to go first, so open hands of Sirocco, Plague, Raikou, Cyber Dragon, Brain, not terrible. Ultimate Offering, Unifrog, Swap Frog, Junk Synchron, Mirror Force, and Soul Exchange. Not great, but still not seeing Substitoad and seeing one of the kind of brick frogs. Good with Swap Frog because you can use it to special summon, but yeah, a bit of a break. So Swap Frog, going to dump Treeborn, bounce back, set Ultimate Offering, pass. Yeah, Ultimate Offering's cool. I think Ultimate Offering is a little bit underexplored in Edison, just because if you do get like decks like this that can make some really good use of it, it can feel really oppressive. So just going to set the Raikou and pass over. Doesn't look like the Ultimate Offering's going to actually get to do anything. So dumping the Substitoad with the Swap Frog and normal summoning out the Junk Synchron. Junk Synchron going to bring back the Substitoad. Bounce it back with Swap Frog and then normal summon it, so it has its effect now. So contribute off the Swap Frog for the other Swap Frog. Dump Substitoad. Bounce back the Junk Synchron. Normal summon out the Junk Synchron. Is your first normal summon? Oh, okay, sorry, he's using it under Ultimate Offering, yeah. That's right. So bring out the Swap Frog. Bounce the Junk Synchron back. Yeah, full frog combo here. Junk Synchron, bring it out. Wow, this loop is kind of crazy, actually. Okay, it goes into the junk. Wow, yeah. We've seen Ponce do this before. I think they did this last time they were on the channel. Because this is now just huge. This is 5,300. Jeez, okay. Junk Synchron comes out. Yeah, this is a level 9. Yeah, I was trying to do the math there. So Miss One's going to put it back. Swap Frog. Unifrog. Hey, is this game? 25. Oh, you currently control. Okay, so it actually keeps the 53. Okay. Wow. Okay, I always thought this changed with what's on field, but it clearly doesn't. I don't think you see this card enough, but Ponce is making some really good use of it. And I guess that's why they were playing last time the Chaos Sphere. Maybe it is just the best kind of way to go for the OTK here. Okay, so going into game 3, yeah, we finally see the Sphere of Chaos. So opening hands, Jay has Raikou, Gauze, Vayu, Brain Control, Deck Devi, and Mirror Force, and Ponce has Soul Exchange, Unifrog, DD Crow, Dust Tornado, and Sphere of Chaos. Yeah, so this card, if you didn't catch Ponce's last appearance here, so when it's face up, it's also treated as a light monster once per turn. This card cannot be destroyed by battle, but when it's tribute summoned, you can add one level 3 monster from your deck to your hand. Now, I think last time they used this twice, and they've added Junk Synchron both times, and I think the last game kind of exemplifies why they're doing that. So Jay just going to set the Raikou and the Mirror Force and pass over. Draws into Treeborn. Yeah, the hand's not great. The Soul Exchange Sphere is pretty cool though. Yeah. I was going to say, I think that's the play. Adds the Junk Synchron. Sets the Sphere. Sets the Dust Tornado and passes over. Draws into MST. Don't do it. Okay, sets the Vayu, and then they're going to try and Dust Tornado the MST. That's a bit of a forced trade. So picks up the other Treeborn. Yeah, Ponce really, deck's not working with him right now. Gets over the Vayu and sets their Treeborn. Draws into the charge on Jay's side. This is big. Charge for... Wow, there's no way. So charges for a Sirocco, or charges for 2 Siroccos. Putting his Armdwing online. And picks up a Raikou. Yeah. Yeah, gonna get met by the Crow. Still a hell of a mill though. So taking out the Vayu there to stop the Armdwing play. Set the Raikou and pass. Draws into the Caius. Okay, Ponce now we're getting somewhere. So main phase 1, yeah, tribute for Caius. Let's go. Let's get that Raikou out of here. Gonna walk straight into a Mirror Force, which is a little bit unfortunate. But yeah, I think you had options. And actually, I think if we look at this board state as is right now, I think you'd rather be sat on Ponce's side. The hand's not great, but Junk Synchron is kind of crazy. And though they've got some stuff on here, I just think that Ponce is probably way better set up to rip a big top deck. Burial's really good here though. So Burial put the Vayu, yeah, may as well put the Raikou back for Chaos Sork later. Vayu going to bring out the Armdwing. Armdwing going to get in for 23. Sets the Deck Devi. Yeah. Okay, the Burial was actually way bigger than I thought it was there for a second. Because, yeah, this is putting Deck Devi online. Which is potentially hitting for 4 monsters. Yeah, I think that Virus might just be the key to Ponce's downfall right now. So normal summon the Unifrog. Yeah, into battle phase. Yeah, get all those frogs out of here, reveal the dust. Okay, draws into Bottomless. Okay, deck not working with them just yet. Draws into Gauze. This is nice. That's really nice. Brings back the Treeborn for some kind of defense. They're learning their lesson from the last kind of Burial play now that they're seeing a Sirocco banished. Drawn into another copy of Deck Devi, which is a bit dead. Drawn into MST. Sets the MST, passes over, draws into Fossil Diner. Oh, that is rough. That is so rough. Yeah. Yeah, that's really rough. Just when Ponce was starting to make some headway with it, they're going to get stopped by the Diner. Sets the MST, draws into the Armonite. Diner going to get in, kind of playing around the big blowouts, Mirror Force and TT. Yeah, Dust Tornado, set the Raigeki break and pass. Draws into a Sirocco. At some point, if you're Jay, you're going to have to pull the trigger, and I think now that you're seeing a Sirocco in hand, I think you're probably more willing to lose your monsters. I think I'd be summoning Armonite there. Because what could you do here? You could have done Armor Knight, dump a Vayu, get in for potentially game. There's Raigeki Break and MST down. I know 2 back rows is quite like disconcerting. One of them's real, which we can see. Obviously, Jay might think they both are. Someone's a breaker. Breaker's going to get over the diner. Yeah, because you're kind of... I feel with frogs, any kind of frogs, and Ponce's variant is very cool and very teched out and different, but any kind of frogs, you are just trying not to let them get to too many cards. It's really just a... Frog will OTK you as soon as they're ready to. So I think you're just trying to close the game out. And if you're going into a... if you're going... Armageddon dump Vayu use it, build the Armor Master, like... And then you've still got Brain Control, Gauze, Sirocco, Deck Devi in hand. Like you'd feel pretty, you'd feel pretty okay in that position. Grepher coming out now. Wow. Yeah, Brain Control take the breaker, try and hit the real back row, which they do. MSTs at them. Yeah, so this is a really heads up play from Ponce. So they're MSTing the target. If they'd have targeted the MST, they would have left it, but they're targeting the real back row, so they can take it off, put Gauze online. But I just don't think it's going to be enough, because again, we've seen Jay do this in game 1. I think you just tribute for Sirocco, bring out the armed wing. Oh no, apologies, they haven't done it yet. Yeah, I mean, there's another way you can do it. Special summon the Grepher, pitch the Gauze, dump the Armageddon Knight and a Vayu, bring out the armed wing, Armor Master, sorry, tribute summon for the Sirocco, pump and get in for game. Yeah. Crow's gonna match it now. Gonna stop the OTK. They're just gonna set the Deck Devi and pass. Again, I think you're fine here as well. You've got a Deck Devi and a target. Normal summon the Swap Frog now. Swap Frog dump Swap Frog. Would you do it on res? Yeah, I think you probably do it on... I think you probably pull the Deck Devi on res. But you still don't have a way to out the Gauze. Okay. Goes over the Treeborn Frog, draws into the Sphere. Yeah, I mean, Jay's played it well. They got aggressive when they needed to, which is good. But again, I think frogs are just... They're just so resilient. And now Sphere of Chaos is coming down. Draws into the Caius. Caius is good. Caius is good enough as well. Yeah, Caius is good enough. Tribute, use the Caius to banish. It's a dark monster, they take 1,000. Oh, that's right. They can use the Gauze under effect damage as well. So they can use the Gauze now just as a 2,500 body. 2,700 body. Yeah. And they're going to get dealt the same damage back. Yeah, to be fair, I forget about the second, the effect damage part of Gauze all the time. But Jay has done so, and it might just cost them the game here. They have the set Deck Devi, which is kind of going to save them. But yeah, they've failed to close out game with quite a big push. So Treeborn comes back, Junk Synchron. Gonna bring out Swap Frog. Gotta do the Deck Devi here. Yep. Yeah, shows the Ultimate Offering. Yep. Battle Phase beats over the Caius now. Yeah. They've gone through Gauze, so you're probably just setting the Dust Shoot as a bluff. Draws into the... Oh, there's no way. Draws into the Chaos Sorcerer. I feel for Ponce, man. You know, Jay has had every single rip they needed. So Chaos Sorcerer coming down now. Banish the Gauze. Pass it over. Yeah, Mirror Force. They've still got Treeborns live, so as soon as they get to a tribute, Ponce is kind of back in the game, but let's see if they can. Sets the Mirror Force and passes over. Draws the Armor Knight. Yeah, what are you doing in this situation? Yeah, because you can make a Brio, but you wouldn't have a discard. Okay, yeah, let's see what Jay goes for. So going to summon the Armonite. Oh good, going to think on what to dump. Dumps the Plague, yep. Brings the Plague out. You don't have... Okay, this also works, yeah. Stardust works. Yep, they're going to get the Stardust off field and survive another turn. Stardust going to come back in end phase, pass it over. That's a dupe frog. That's going to go. And that is going to be enough, yeah. Yeah, wow. So, Ponce is really teched out frog deck, not quite able to do it here. But it did feel like Jay just had every rip possible. Some really good pushes. Some really good displays of how resilient this frog deck is, and actually a really good display of why the Junk Synchron line is totally valid. Last time Ponce was on the channel, I think I cracked wise about how Sphere of Chaos getting Junk Synchron just doesn't feel right with all the good level 3s in Edison. But yeah, really showing why it's not just that Junk Synchron's a good card, it's that in this deck specifically they can make a really, really big Junk Warrior as a way to push for damage and OTK. It's a really cool deck. Really unfortunate their opponent just absolutely ripped every card they needed to, exactly when they needed to in this game 3, but still really well played from Jay. Ponce is really hard to beat, and he managed to do it. But yeah, another good display of why this Sphere Junk Synchron frog deck is keeping Ponce deep into the top 100.